materialistic. Taunt the new 14-karat gold ring that's wrapped around your finger, and flaunt the high-end designer purse and shoes from the latest singer. Hold your head up high and belittle the rest. Life is a test, and in your mind, you're one of the best. Fancy cars, giant houses, expensive taste. Money is a commodity, and not spending it would be such a waste. And yet in this world of brands and the low and the high, people are starving, dying, fighting to stay alive. Faces full of makeup, ads full of lies, dollar signs giving someone value in someone else's eyes. Financial frustration destroying families, gambling for a little more, just a little more, but the majority end up even more poor. Tears filling a mother's eyes because there is hardly enough to buy food, and anger filling a father's heart because he can't pay the rent. He thinks he's no good. While others worry about the latest watch, phone, shoes, and objects no one will take after they die. Meanwhile, the world sighs knowing that it is slowly being destroyed, where trees are knocked down and replaced with the biggest malls. Animals are hunted for fun, and people are hating on people and creating walls. Natural is barely appreciated, and everything has to be fake. From boobs to butts to smiles, less to give and more to take. Glamorous wardrobes and dazzling items to match. Finding someone simple, loving, and humble is rare and one hell of a catch. Fix my flaws. Have you ever wanted to mark up your face? Draw lines around the areas, the traits you want to change. In this day and age, picture filters help hide away our insecurities, help smooth out what we don't wish to show, and lock away our self-conscious thoughts for no one to know. Baggy eyes, too big of a nose, small eyes, too round of a face. The list goes on and on. We hate our flaws, but we're told that we're wrong. How many times have we tried to embrace what we may despise? How many times has someone liked our flaws and taken us by surprise? We constantly think, don't look at me, but also crave some form of praise and validation. We enjoy every like, every love, every comment, but afterwards we fall in devastation. Fix, fix, fix. That's all we think, and even when we try not to, it's always there. We try not to care, try to keep our heads held up high and love ourselves, imperfections and all. But that one negative thought, that one trigger that triggers the rest makes us fall. Fix my flaws, please fix my flaws. Wave a magic wand and transform what I do not wish to have. That's what we say to ourselves when we're sad, when we're mad, and we think everything we see on ourselves is bad. It's so hard, so difficult to change our mindset, to look away from the beauty standards, to ignore what's hot and what's not, what's in and what's out. It makes us want to shout. We just want to love ourselves, accept ourselves, and be okay with who we are. Ugly. What is the definition of ugly? What makes somebody ugly? In a society that tells us how we must look and dress and be, it's easy for someone not in the loop to feel like they aren't free. To the point it becomes difficult to even look in the mirror or take a picture for all to see, while inside we're crying and screaming, why me? Glances and comments make us stir and want to hide. It's appearance that matters, not what's on the inside. How many hours have we spent criticizing our faces, our bodies, every detail that makes us unique? Unique. A word we use to cover up the insecurities, and the word society uses to make the odd ones out not feel so out of place. It feels fake when mostly everyone we see looks and dresses the same. The most beautiful and handsome are the ones who get noticed. It can be a pain to wonder why we were each giving different qualities and why we can't be like the rest. We hear what makeup is the best, what workout routine will trim us down, and have people bow at our feet for becoming a part of a cycle that leaves everyone becoming superficial and in need of recognition, in need of hearing words of approval and not of removal. Pluck hair here, shave there, eliminate wrinkles, don't be so short or too lopsided. We're divided, but not between beautiful and ugly. No, between confident and low self-esteem. Words have a damaging effect when thrown at someone, and those words stick for a lifetime. It should be a crime to lash out words that hurt, but in the end, that's just the world we live in, right? Lose or fight? If we could just take a moment in our daily lives to remember that we are all just specks of dust on a planet in a wide universe, then maybe we won't feel the need to worry so much on how we look. We are all beautiful, so beautiful, and we should not let trends and society's norms define us. We can make a fuss, cuss, and complain about what we don't have. But remember, we are who we are, and that alone is beauty. Ugly? What is ugly? Perhaps a rotten soul and toxic personality? But you? Ugly? Take a look in the mirror again. Smile, and I'm sure you'll realize the beauty that is there. The beauty you overlooked, but deep down you knew was always there. Self-issues. I want to say I'm sorry to my family and my friends for the mood swings, the anxiety, depression, and suicidal talks of saying this is the end. You see, it's just so hard to do simple things, to get out of bed, walk with my head held up high, and believe that one day I'll reach the sky, filled with clouds full of my dreams. I want to be the person I know I can be, but these doubts, this self-hatred, this sadness and anger weigh me down. Until I start to drown, and I want to scream for help, but my mind tells me I've bothered everyone too much already. So I struggle to breathe and act like I'm alright. But it's so far from the truth. There's hardly any light of hope in sight. I feel terrible pushing people away, feeling dead while living, breaking my heart and just giving and giving. Inside, I'm being beat up by my own thoughts, and on the outside, I despise who I see in the mirror. I'm sorry may not be enough, and maybe it's just better if I'm left all alone. To atone for my lack of control and lack of care towards myself. It's been years of inflicting harm and psychological pain, and it's about time that it's gotten to me, where every day feels like a challenge, and my soul feels like it can't be free. Perhaps I'm not meant to be happy, to have good things come my way. Perhaps I'm not meant to have people that will put up with me and stay. I'm not lying when I say I hope for a better day every night before I sleep, and ask for some luck and peace that I can keep. Yes, I am my worst enemy, and it's very hard for me to see what others see. I believe only the negative, and into the self-destructive thoughts I flee. So again I say I'm sorry for these self-issues that drain and exhaust me. I'm sorry for all the worry, the stress, the mess. And maybe one day, I'll be a better version of myself. Not for the worst, but for the best. I'm okay. You know, there's this thing, and it happens quite often. This thing where we'll be asked how we are, and our automatic response is, I'm okay. Now, sometimes it's true, but other times that I'm okay is covering up the fact that I've had restless nights, breaking moments, worries on top of worries, and I hate to say it, even suicidal thoughts. But to you, to a stranger, a teacher, a classmate, a friend, even my mother, I'll say I'm okay. I don't want to be put into this box, into this label, where I'm known as that sad and depressed person no one wants to be around. I'll fake a smile if I have to. Laugh, be as friendly as possible, and act like I know what the hell I'm doing. Maybe if I pretend on those really bad days, I'll start to feel like I'm actually okay. You know, fake it until it feels real. It sounds crazy, silly, but we all do it sometimes. I just happen to do it more often than others. Muster up some energy from who knows where, and use it in order to function. To keep a conversation going, to feel like I'm not out of place. I feel my heart beating, my chest moving, and I know that I'm alive. And yet I sigh. Because I feel like I'm not meeting this quota that I need to fulfill. I'll meet your eyes and give a friendly wave while inside I feel a horrible weight crushing me down, shaky hands and sporadic thoughts that remind me of all the things I fear. I question. I wonder. I try to avoid. But hey, I'm okay. The sun has come up and has given me another day. So I'll play. I'll play the part when it's not really there. Look joyful, full of life. Look like someone that has the world in their hands. I'm okay, is what I'll say. So no one will see the hurricane that is slowly coming my way.
I'm trying my best, but it's never happy in my head. I'm tired of pretending I don't even know when I lost the real me. Another common question people ask: describe yourself in 3 terms. But what am I gonna answer? Dark, moody, and mistaken? Running after perfection has now caused me extreme exhaustion. Can someone please hold me and need some affection? But who's gonna do that? How are my friends even supposed to know I need help when the calls I made never went out of my cell? I say I'm sorry to the people I've hurt, but what about my wounds, because I'm also injured? Except I was struck by my own self. I wish there was someone else just so I could blame it on them.